Have you ever woken up one morning, looked in the mirror, and quietly asked yourself, where did my strength, my energy, and my manhood go? For many men after 50, that question feels all too familiar. The truth is, you are not alone, and you are not broken. What if I told you the solution does not come from a bottle of pills or a risky procedure, but from something as simple and natural as the fruit sitting right in your kitchen? My name is Dr. Michael Harris, and today I want to show you how just 3 everyday fruits can help restore circulation, balance your hormones, and gently reignite the vitality you thought was gone for good. No gimmicks, no shame, just real food with real science behind it. Before we dive in, I would love to know where you're watching this from. Drop your country or city in the comments below. And if you care about your health and want more honest conversations about staying strong after 50, make sure you subscribe right now. This channel is here to support you, to remind you that your best days are not behind you, they are waiting to be reclaimed. Now let's get started with the first fruit that can quietly but powerfully change everything. Let's begin with the first fruit, pomegranate. For many men, this fruit often gets overlooked. Maybe you pass by it in the grocery store because it looks too fancy, too hard to peel, or maybe you just never thought much of it. But inside this red jewel of a fruit is one of nature's most powerful tools for male vitality. I like to call it nature's nitric oxide booster. And here is why that matters so much, especially after the age of 65. At the core of every natural erection is blood flow. When your blood vessels are open, flexible, and working the way they should, the spongy tissue inside your penis fills with oxygen-rich blood. That is what creates firmness, sensation, and stamina. Without strong circulation, none of this happens properly. And here is the hopeful part. Pomegranates make this process easier and more natural. Pomegranates are loaded with antioxidants. One of the strongest is called punicalagin. This compound protects and repairs the delicate lining of your blood vessels known as the endothelium. You can imagine the endothelium like a traffic controller for your circulation. It decides where blood flows, how fast it moves, and whether your vessels should relax or tighten. When the endothelium is healthy, it sends a clear signal: open up, let the blood move, deliver energy exactly where it is needed, including to the penis. Now think about the opposite. When the endothelium is damaged by years of stress, poor diet, smoking, or high blood pressure, those signals get weaker. Your blood vessels become stiff. Circulation slows down. Erections feel less reliable, sometimes weaker, sometimes absent. This is where pomegranate steps in. By protecting and restoring the endothelium, it brings back the natural flow your body has been missing. Many men who drink pure pomegranate juice or add the seeds to their meals report a quiet but noticeable change. Morning erections that feel firmer, sensations that feel stronger, less frustration, more confidence. This is not an overnight miracle. It is a steady repair. Day by day, the antioxidants go to work undoing some of the damage caused by years of wear and tear. But here is something most men never talk about: the emotional side of this. When you choose to nourish yourself with something as simple as a bowl of pomegranate seeds, you are sending yourself a message. I still care about my body. I still care about my energy. I still care about my pleasure. That message alone can shift how you feel about yourself, about intimacy, about life. So the next time you see a pomegranate, don't walk past it. Bring one home. Cut it open. Add the seeds to your salad, sprinkle them over yogurt, or simply enjoy them by the spoonful. Every bite is more than just food. It is a signal to your body that you are still alive, still strong, still capable. If you are still with me right now, let me ask you something simple. Type the number 1 in the comments to remind yourself that you are ready to take control of your health again. Because this is not just about fruit, it is about showing up for yourself, choosing action over waiting, choosing health over hesitation. And as you taste the sweetness of each seed, remember that you are not in decline. You are in transformation. And now let's move on to the second fruit. Small in size, but incredibly mighty for men over 65. Now let's talk about the second fruit, blueberries. At first glance, they look so small, so ordinary. Just tiny blueberries you might toss into a breakfast bowl or ignore on the shelf. But inside each one is a concentrated source of power, especially for men as they age. Blueberries are not just tasty. They are one of the most important allies you can have for protecting your nerves and balancing your hormones. Here is why that matters. After the age of 65, your nervous system naturally begins to slow down. The delicate nerve endings in your hands, your feet, and yes, in your penis become more vulnerable to damage. That means signals from your brain, signals of arousal, excitement, or pleasure may arrive slower. Sometimes they feel weaker than before. For a man who feels mentally ready but physically less responsive, this can be confusing and frustrating. Blueberries step in to protect that fragile connection. They are loaded with compounds called anthocyanins and flavonoids. These natural chemicals work like a shield around your nerve endings. They help keep your neural pathways sharp and responsive. That means the messages from your brain to your body stay strong, clear, and reliable. When you desire, your body can respond. When you feel stimulation, your brain recognizes it fully. This is how intimacy begins to feel natural again, not forced or disappointing. But the benefits do not stop there. Blueberries also fight something called oxidative stress. You can think of oxidative stress like rust building up inside your body. It comes from processed foods, lack of movement, high blood sugar, or simply the wear of many years. When oxidative stress is high, your testosterone levels fall. Your dopamine, the chemical that drives pleasure and motivation, dips lower. Your energy feels flat. Your desire weakens. Now picture what happens when you reduce that internal rust. Your hormones wake up. Your brain chemistry feels brighter. You notice more energy, more clarity, more natural drive. That is the gift blueberries offer. Not a quick trick, not a pill with side effects, but a steady lifting of the weight that has been holding your body down. I have seen men transform just by adding a handful of blueberries to their daily routine. Some stirred them into oatmeal in the morning. Others blended them into a smoothie or simply kept a bowl in the fridge for easy snacking. Within a few weeks, they reported changes they could feel. More energy during the day, sharper focus, a lighter mood, and yes, a stronger presence in the bedroom. And what I love most is how easy they are to use. No preparation, no recipe needed. Fresh frozen or even mixed into yogurt. Just a simple handful each day. That handful becomes a signal that you are not giving up, that you are choosing to care for yourself, that you are ready to reclaim the connection between your mind and your body. If you are still with me right now, I want to hear from you. Type the number 2 in the comments if you are ready to make something as small as a handful of blueberries part of your daily strength. Because remember this, change does not have to be complicated. Sometimes the simplest foods carry the greatest power. Sometimes a small fruit can restore a big part of your life. Now let's move on to the third fruit. It is sweet, refreshing, and surprisingly powerful for male health. Now let's move on to the third fruit, watermelon. For most men, watermelon is simply a summer treat. A sweet slice on a hot day, something you share at a picnic or enjoy after mowing the lawn. But here is the truth. Hidden inside this simple fruit is a secret that can powerfully support your circulation and your manhood. Watermelon contains an amino acid called citrulline. This compound quietly works behind the scenes in your body. Once inside, citrulline turns into arginine, and arginine supports the production of nitric oxide. If you remember from earlier, nitric oxide is the very key to healthy erections. It tells your blood vessels to relax, to open wide, to allow blood to flow exactly where it is needed. Now here's the fascinating part. Some researchers have even called watermelon nature's Viagra. Why? Because it gently encourages the same biological response as certain medications, but without the sudden jolt or the unwanted side effects. Watermelon does not force your body, it supports your body, it strengthens what is already there. But watermelon gives you more than just better circulation. It also hydrates you. More than 90% of watermelon is water, and hydration is far more important than many men realize. Even mild dehydration makes your blood thicker, your vessels tighter, and your circulation slower. The result, tiredness, sluggish erections, and sometimes even brain fog. When you eat watermelon, you restore water electrolytes and nutrients all at once. You refresh your system from the inside out. Imagine this, a hot afternoon. You sit down with a plate of cold watermelon slices. No phone, no stress, just a moment for yourself. With each bite, you are not only cooling down your body, you are fueling your blood flow, supporting your heart, easing your vessels and quietly reminding yourself, I am still strong. I am still alive. This is how simple nourishment becomes a form of healing. Men who add watermelon into their routine often describe feeling lighter, clearer, more responsive. They notice that intimacy feels easier, more natural, less forced. This is not magic, it is biology. Your body wants to heal. It simply needs the right support. So here is my challenge for you. The next time you cut into a watermelon, don't just see it as a snack. See it as an act of care, a daily ritual that can give your body the hydration and circulation it has been craving. If you are watching this right now, I want to ask something simple. Type the number 3 in the comments if you are ready to make watermelon part of your health journey. Because remember this, transformation is not about big dramatic steps. It is about small, consistent choices. A glass of pomegranate juice, a handful of blueberries, a slice of watermelon. These choices add up. They repair. They rebuild. They remind you that you are not fading away. You are moving forward with intention. And now let's bring everything together. Let's see how these 3 fruits can work as a team to support not just your erections, but your entire body, your confidence, and your spirit. Now let's bring it all together. We have talked about 3 fruits: pomegranate, blueberries, and watermelon. Each one works in its own way. But when you combine them, something even greater happens. Pomegranate protects your blood vessels, keeping them open and flexible. Blueberries shield your nerves and balance your hormones so the signals between your brain and your body stay strong. And watermelon gives you that steady boost of circulation while keeping you hydrated and refreshed. Together, these fruits form a simple yet powerful routine, a natural trio that supports not only your erections, but your heart, your brain, your blood pressure, and your overall vitality. This is not just about intimacy. This is about living with energy, confidence, and strength in every part of your life. Now, the question many men ask is simple. Do I need to eat all 3 fruits every single day? The truth is you can, but you don't have to start that way. What matters most is not perfection. What matters is consistency. Maybe you begin with pomegranate in the morning, a small glass of pure juice stirred into yogurt or tea. Then at midday, you grab a handful of blueberries. On top of oatmeal mixed into yogurt or simply straight from the fridge. And after dinner, a few slices of watermelon. A sweet, cooling way to end your day while also giving your body the circulation and hydration it needs. These steps do not take much time. They do not require complicated recipes. They are small, simple actions you can take today. Actions that add up over time. Actions that tell your body, I still care. And here's something else to keep in mind. These fruits are not only healing your intimacy, they are healing your whole system. Your heart beats stronger when nitric oxide is supported. Your brain stays sharper with antioxidants. Your stress levels ease when your body is well nourished and hydrated. Your sleep improves, your mood lifts. Your relationships feel lighter. Food is not just fuel. Food can be medicine. And in this case, food can also be the spark that brings back your vitality. For many men, this idea feels new. Maybe no one ever told you that the food on your plate could impact the most private, meaningful parts of your life. But the science is clear. And the more you understand this connection, the more empowered you become. Because here is the truth. You do not have to wait for a prescription. You do not have to keep ignoring the signs your body has been whispering: softer mornings, lower desire, more effort needed to feel connected. These are not signs of failure. They are simply signs of change, and you have the power to respond. So today I encourage you to take one small step, add one of these fruits to your meals, and notice how it makes you feel. If you are still with me right now, type the number 4 in the comments. Let that number be your promise to yourself that you are ready to act, ready to take control again, ready to choose life. Because this is not just about food, this is about transformation, and it begins with something as simple as what you place on your plate. Now let's close this journey with one final reminder, a conclusion that will tie everything together and leave you with a message of hope. So here is the final message I want to leave with you today. Your body is not failing you. It is speaking to you. Every softer morning, every dip in desire, every moment of frustration, is not the end. It is simply a signal that something needs care, something needs attention. And the beautiful truth is you have the power to respond. By choosing pomegranate, blueberries, and watermelon, you are choosing life. You are choosing circulation, clarity, hydration, and strength. You are reminding your body that you are still capable, still vital, still worthy of pleasure and connection. These are not just fruits. They are daily gifts. Simple tools to help you move forward with energy and confidence. I want you to remember this. You are not alone. Millions of men after 65 share the same journey. And on this channel, you will always find honesty, warmth, and hope. No shame, no judgment, just real support for real men who want to feel strong again. So if this message spoke to you, I invite you now to subscribe. Join this community of men who are choosing to reclaim their health one day at a time. And before you go, share in the comments where you are watching from. Because together we are not just surviving age, we are redefining it. Take care of yourself, stay consistent, and I will see you in the next video.